Welcome back. For the first time in modern history, the American middle class no longer the wealthiest in the world. In fact, we've been surpassed by Canada. And things are only getting worse. But our next guest says it's no accident the American middle class has been, quote, murdered. And that's the blunt assessment of Wayne Allyn Root. He's the 2008 Libertarian presidential nominee and author of the brand new book out today called The Murder of the Middle Class. There is the front cover of the book. Wayne, nice to see you this morning.
Not only today, but actually this minute. It's out right now.
This minute. This is the first interview for the book. Great to see you this morning.
Great to see you. And you left out one title I think is very important. I am the guy who founded the AARP, Americans Against Rotten Politicians. And that's what this all relates to. We're getting murdered by rotten politicians.
You talk about the middle class in this book. That is the focus. Why is the middle class so important in this country?
Well, what made us the greatest country in world history, and I don't know how anyone on the left can debate we are the greatest country and the greatest economy and the most freedom in world history, is the greatest middle class in world history. I'm an SOB, son of a butcher. I'm also the grandson of a butcher. And both of them worked their whole lives, minimum wage, to then save up enough money to start a small butcher store. And both of them became middle class, and some would even argue my grandfather became upper middle class in the greatest nation in world history. You have a shot in this country to become middle class and to contribute to society and to create jobs. And most importantly, you look at the statistics, 2 out of every 3 jobs are created by small business, which is the quintessential middle class.
But if you listen to the president, President Obama last week in his weekly economic address said, hey, everything's great. The middle class is rock solid. Listen to the president.
After the worst economic crisis in generations, our businesses have now created nearly 10 million new jobs over the past 52 months. The unemployment rate has fallen to its lowest point since 2008. By almost every measure, our economy is better off than it was 5 years ago.
Almost every measure.
Yes, every measure. Listen, the key to the murder of the middle class, in my opinion, Clayton, is lies. Lies and distractions and fraud. Like, if you like your insurance, you can keep it, and your prices won't go up. Well, guess what? When Obama started as president, my health insurance was $500 a month for my family of 6. Today, it's $1,700, and I got the notice in the mail 3 days ago as my book tour just begins. Isn't that wonderful greeting? You're canceled. I lost my health insurance, and they actually said in the cancellation, it's due to Obamacare and the mandates of Obamacare. They can no longer afford it. So what will my new rate be, Clayton? Will it be $2,500 a month? Will it be $3,000 a month? How would a middle-class family pay $20,000, $30,000 a year for health insurance? This is an attempt to make the middle class dependent on government, to live with government checks.
Absolutely. And here's where the middle class is being squeezed. Let's put this up on the screen. 60% of jobs lost since the recession began were middle-class jobs. Only 44% of Americans self-identify as middle class, and 2.3 million full-time jobs will be eliminated over the next decade. Your book is really sort of a manual for how to save yourself, as you say, and your family from the criminal conspiracy and get out of this mess. Give us a few points on how we can survive this mess.
Sure. Before I even get to how you survive it, because it's 200 pages of solutions in that book, but I also want to mention a couple of important stats. For the first time in the history of America, more businesses are failing each day than starting. How about that, President Obama? For the first time in the history of America, 70% more Americans are collecting entitlements than working in the private sector, and only 31% of Americans are working full-time. Are you aware last month when the media touted the new figure that there's 288,000 new jobs? Are you aware, Clayton, that the way they came to that figure was we lost 525,000 good middle-class full-time jobs and gained 800,000 part-time jobs, killing the middle class?
Will you bring that energy to the book? The new book is out this morning. Go there, read it. The Murder of the Middle Class. Wayne Allyn Root, great to see you this morning.
I've got a middle-class contract with America that will save this economy and save the middle class.
It's all in this book. Wayne, great to see you this morning.
Thank you, Clayton.
Thanks so much.